Wisdom app, where conversations matter. Hey, you could find your buddy here, 97 Rough from Leaving the Ring Radio, on this new app. It's a great app. Jump on there. I will be there every Monday night at 5 p.m. We could discuss anything that involves in boxing or even in life. I don't know. Maybe I can help you out with something. I've been known to do a little bit of that there, here and there. So find me on Wisdom app. Again, Wisdom app, where conversations matter. You can see me there Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, it's Leave It In the Ring.
Dad learned from him.
Right. But you know what I mean? You could see that the guy, they study tape, which I think I'm very big on. I think every fighter should sit down and watch other fighters.
Yeah.
Hours. I always trip out. Or when they'll tell me like, no, I don't watch my opponents, or even when a trainer. I remember I was speechless when Buddy McGirt goes, I don't watch any other fighters. If you have to watch tape, you shouldn't be in the game. I was like, what the? And then Sergey Kovalev goes out there and gets knocked out by Canelo. He said this right before the Canelo fight, So
You think someone like Emmanuel Stewart didn't watch tape? Like,
dude, he watched a lot of tape. He was a student.
It was like his nightly ritual. It was like,
exactly.
All right, now time for 3 hours of boxing. It's after dinner.
No boxing, no life. I mean, that's their model.
Imagine if you heard a football coach saying, "Yeah, we're going into Sunday. We didn't watch any tape. I don't know what the Patriots are going to do, but we're going to be fine. We're going to do our thing."
I think the Raiders coach does that. They don't watch any tapes. When they go to the don't come at me, Raider fans. I'm kidding. I don't even watch football, but I know they'll stab you when they lose,
Right. It's okay though. The coach is saying racist.
Yeah.
Different situation.
I know that's for another sports talk show.
Yeah.
But you know what got me though, and I've been kind of binging. Now I don't listen to a lot of podcasts or listen to like YouTubers and stuff like that. It's really hard for them to grab my attention. But our listeners have always been great. Even no matter how long we're off the air, I still get tons of emails from guys asking me, hey, what do you think about this? Or shooting me little clips of certain things. And I got a bunch of clips from the Mike Tyson, what is it called? The Hot Room? Mike Tyson.
Box. Yeah.
Hot Box. There you go. And they sent me one with the Canelo interview. Mm-hmm. And, first off, let me tell you why I like the show. Because Mike is Mike, okay? And anybody that goes on the Iron Mike Tyson show, they have this petrified look, like they're like trapped in a cage with a tiger or a lion. They got that look that you have right now. It's just kind of frozen, like what am I doing here? Yeah. And you're like sitting there hanging off of every word that's coming out of Iron Mike. And Mike sounds like he's holding a fart that he doesn't want to let loose. And he's like in the verge of just like, like I felt like somebody needs to tell this guy, you're not supposed to hold it that long, Mike. You're supposed to let it out, right? But he's got Eddie Reynoso and he's got Canelo there, and
so yeah, I got a take on this.
Okay, but let me finish what I say. So They start talking about great whoever his co-host was on that show, which was an MMA fighter, and I don't know any guys from I don't know their names, but he was a great actor. He's a really good co-host because he keeps the flow going, right? He keeps it just moving along. He goes, "Hey, what do you think about all the other great champions, at Mexico?" And they start naming off, like Julio says, Chavez and Barrera and Morales. And then Mike goes, Salvador Sanchez. He's a motherfucker. And I'm like, this poor guy is constipated, bro. And Canelo's like, nah. And I was really surprised because saying that they're a student in the game, for you to say you really didn't watch a whole lot of Salvador Sanchez, which is not that way back. You're talking about early '80s here. And,
80s, yeah.
yeah, and Sanchez was a phenom. Like Mike said, a bad motherfucker. Like, why wouldn't you not watch tapes about Salvador Sanchez? I thought that was weird. But give me your take. What were your thoughts about that?
So Canelo's turned into Floyd, man.
I remember you telling me
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's like that level of arrogant. I'm arrogant. Like, I'm the best. I am the best. None of these guys can touch me. Like, ask Floyd about like Ray Leonard or Tommy Hearns, dude from that era, and he's gonna do the same kind of thing. Uh, on one end, it's like that's the kind of like ego you need to get anywhere near that level.
You think it might be because he's been attacked so much? I mean, look at like Juan Marquez. Yeah, you think might because, but I never heard like Barrera Morales or even like Julio Cesar Chavez. Even when Chavez's senior's son Junior was going after Canelo, I remember, yeah, I don't remember him like having that animosity towards Canelo, but I remember off the air we were talking about this, and you had brought something up, and it got me thinking. You had said, "I think it's him being competitive, and not wanting
absolutely.
right, And I was saying, like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, you know what? First off, Canelo's already in the history books. He did 160, unified it, which nobody's done from any country. Canelo, which went out there, and your argument could be that he didn't do it at 160, 154, but the fact of the matter is he did it at 168, which Joe Calzaghe, Roy Jones, even James Toney, none of these guys did that, okay? And these are great, great, great fighters, okay?
Yep.
He went out there and he did it. So he, to me, is already cemented in the legacy out of Mexico, but overall in boxing, he's going to be talked about for years, right?
Yeah.
But when you talk about the stable of opponents and the great fights that Canelo's had, and he's had, I mean, his resume is beautiful, okay? But you can look
for
at
modern
it.
Resume, yeah. For
modern resume, right. But you can look at it and you can go like, well, Shane Mosley was over the hill. Carlos Baldomir, okay. This guy, Miguel Cotto was too small for 160, etc. I mean, the two fights that are big standouts for me is Gennady Golovkin. Those were the two big
Triple
ones.
G twice. Even Jacobs, it's kind of like, but
right. It was a phenomenal performance, but it wasn't it wasn't
Trout,
like what
Lara, same area.
Right, and even Trout, Lara were very questionable wins. People argue with you. I thought he won them, but people
they're close. But
Lara, I thought he pulled it off. But this is what I'm thinking. Okay, look at Barrera. Barrera had Morales. Barrera had Hamed. Morales, went out and fought Pacquiao. Gave him the first fight he defeated him.
Right.
Morales back and forth with Barrera. Salvador Sanchez, Azuma Nelson, Alfredo Gomez, Daniel Lopez. Yeah, these were killers. These guys were they brought something to the table. These guys really had to dig super, super deep. And we've only seen Canelo dig super, super deep one time, and twice, which was both against Gennady Golovkin. And I think that's where the kind of resentment that Canelo is kind of showing now when being asked about other Mexican champions. Because, see, he went off, and here's the thing. I think he knew, look, I don't have any killers at 154, 160, 168. There's really no rivalry here. So what do? I'm going to do something that nobody's done. I'm going to go unify a division, 168, and he did it.
And that's like, what's next?
I hope it's 175. That would be
a couple of fun fights.
Oh yeah,
I think he does it. If he wants to, he can do it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Shit, I know there's some backlash to the whole cruiserweight idea, but I'm in. I'll watch it. That sounds like a blast.
I'm all for it. I mean, yeah,
let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think he's just doing what he did last time, which he made that big leap to. When he fought Kovla. I think he's doing the same thing, just testing the water, and then he's going to come back down, because honestly, I don't really see any of the other lightweights kind of like, steamrolling forward wanting to face the kid at the moment, So I think he's testing the water to see what is out there and stuff. Hey.
It's like market research.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros,